What's going on, guys? Stefan here with you, S&E's Garage. Today we're going to be replacing the passenger side axle seal on our 2005 Lexus GX 470. Now, this video will apply to just about any four-wheel drive Toyota with an independent front suspension, whether it's a 4Runner, a Sequoia, an FJ Cruiser, a GX 470 or 460. They're all pretty much the same, and from side to side, they're pretty much the same. So you can watch this video whether you're doing a left or a right side on either one of these. The only difference is going to be the part. The part is a little bit different from the left on the right. So I'll leave both part numbers in the video description below, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So when we lifted this, we had to replace the axles, and when we did the original lift, we put a set of axles in it, and like I said, I replaced the seals at that time. But we ended up having an issue with the first set of axles we put in it. So I had to change the axles, and I didn't change the seals again because I didn't think it would be necessary. And I don't know if maybe I caught the seal with the new axle when I was putting it in, or if the spring fell out of the seal, but we have a pretty good leak on our passenger side front axle seal. We're going to go ahead and set it up on the lift. We're going to show you the leak, and then we're going to go ahead and fix it. So if you haven't serviced your front differential in a while, now would be the time to do it, because we are going to lose a little bit of differential fluid or gear oil when we do this. We just serviced ours, and I do have a video of that, so I'll leave that video in the video description below, so you can watch it to learn how to service yours if you need to. But what we're going to do, we're just going to, whatever we lose, we're going to top it back off. If you have a diff seal leak, this is what you will see. Right where the axle comes in, you'll see, your gear oil coming out. And then our skid pan here, you'll see is got some oil on it. So it's definitely leaking. If you look here on the driver's side looks pretty dry, so I'm not going to mess with that. But this passenger side here is leaking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and drop this shield. There's going to be 4 12mm bolts. We're going to drop that. We're going to lower the truck down, pull the wheel, and then we're going to do a very minor disassembly here of the front end just to get to the axle. That way we can pull it out of the diff. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is remove this cotter pin, this 19mm, and then these two 19mm here on either side of the ball joint. We're going to try to do this with leaving the axle in the hub. I'm just going to pull the whole hub assembly out and try to get that axle out. If it doesn't work, we're going to have to pull this dust cap and pull the axle bolt or nut and take the whole thing out. But I'm going to try to not have to do that first. Now, once you get the cotter pin and the nut off of the tie rod, you're just going to take a hammer and hit the knuckle itself, and the tie rod will drop. Like so. Now we're going to go ahead and get under the truck, and we're going to tap on the axle with a pry bar and a hammer to break the C-clip loose that's in the axle, and the shaft should come out. And we should have enough play here with this ball joint disconnected to slide it out of the way. So let me just show you guys what we got here. We went ahead, we had to disconnect our wheel speed sensor. We pulled our caliper here off of the knuckle, and then we pulled the whole assembly back and just basically pushed the axle down under the truck. So what you'll see right there is our old axle seal. We're going to go ahead in there with a screwdriver from underneath and pop it out and take a good look at it. So the easiest way to get this out is to just get up here with a pry bar, and you're just going to catch the lip of the seal, and you're going to very carefully pry out like that, and you'll see the seal will pop right out. Now, other than what I just did to get this thing out, I'm really not seeing any major damage, which kind of concerns me, because why else would this thing be leaking? But let's go ahead and clean that mating surface up in there in the axle housing and get the new seal ready to put in. So the part number for the passenger side is going to be a 710595 National. If you're doing the driver's side, it's going to be a 96. Like I said, I'll leave a link to both of these in the video description below. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some of this gear oil that's dripping out of this axle, and I'm going to go ahead and coat the lip of this seal here with that oil to assist in the installation of it. And I'm also going to take some of this and coat the inner lip where it is going to ride on the axle itself. We want this thing nice and coated in oil here. And then we're just going to place it in roughly where it's going. And we're going to try our best here to center this and start it by hand. It's kind of tricky. It's going to want to pop out. Don't be frustrated if it does. You're just going to start it by hand as best as possible. Then we're going to lower the truck down and show you the rest. So the way I tend to try to do these is to walk them in. So I'm just going to use a little 3/8 extension here and my dead blow hammer, and I'm just going to catch the edge of the seal here. And I'm just going to go around the seal and tap it into place. You see I'm using very light pressure here with the hammer. And we're just going to keep doing this in a circle around the seal until it's flush with the housing, because that's the way it needs to be, is flush. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing that, working it. And once it's flush, I'll show you where we're at, and then we're going to go ahead and pop our axle back in. And what you're going to see is the new seal installed. We have a nice even gap all the way around. It is sunken into the housing, just as the original one was, the first one I removed. So now we can go ahead. We're going to clean this shaft off, make it nice and clean. You can actually see where I struck it with the hammer right there to free it. Like I said, we're going to clean this up, pull that whole assembly back, and very carefully we're going to slide this axle back in. I don't want to mess this seal up on the way in, because I really don't want to be doing this again. I hate dealing with gear oil. Axle's back in, nice and clean. We just took our brake clean here and sprayed the heck out of everything. So I'm just going to go ahead really quickly. We're going to throw the suspension back together because we did have it pretty disassembled. And then we're going to show you how to top off your diff fluid if you're just topping it off, or if you're servicing it, now would be the time you fill it up. So up here is going to be your fill plug. It is a 10mm Allen key. We're going to go ahead and crack that loose, and we're going to top our diff back off. Like I said, we just serviced this when we replaced that seal, so I'm not going to drain it and fill it again. It's got fresh fluid in it. We're just going to top it off. So we're just going to add some fluid to this until it overflows, basically. That's how we're going to know it's full again. And there you'll see it's trickling out. We can go ahead and put our fill plug back in. Let's go ahead and put the wheel back on. But first, actually, I'm lying to you. We're going to take that outside. We're going to clean it off and hose it off really good. We don't want any oil on this, because if it starts leaking again, I want to know that all of the oil from this time is clean. All right, guys, wheel's back on. It's back on the ground. Everything's back together. We went ahead and took it for a ride. And as you'll see, everything for the time being is dry. So we're going to go ahead and monitor this for the next couple of days and hope that the new seal fixed it, because otherwise I got something going on with the axle or the differential, which I would rather not be the case. But please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on the GX. We'll see you next time.